Hello, my name is Rosa Medina. I am currently a junior at Valle High School, and I will be delivering the first speech. My partner is Miguel.
Good morning.
Um, Good morning. My law day partner Ruth Latinos, and my speak out partner Miguel Ramirez, and I are here today because there is a problem. The problem is that we have way too many talented students that don't put it to use because of the fact that the English language doesn't favor them. The majority of the students in the school are Hispanic and feel more comfortable doing it in their own native language, which is Spanish. In school, they don't offer any type of competitions in any other languages, and that pretty much excludes most of our students from being able to show how talented they are. Because if you don't feel comfortable doing something, you just won't do it. If we introduce Spanish Law Day, this will include a lot of people. For example, two of these people would be Ruth and I. From personal experience, I also hadn't done anything related in debate except the usual of what we did in class since my freshman year, and I have been in this class for 3 years now. But until we experimented Law Day in Spanish, I actually did something productive because it was in my native language, and I felt comfortable. Um, I felt very uncomfortable and felt that I was not able to express points in English. I would get confused and tangled up in my own words, even if I had them written down in front of me. It's the language, and I didn't feel comfortable. Even if I wanted to and tried to participate in activities or in competitions in English, I couldn't do it. My teacher many times got frustrated, but he realized that I had talent debating, but in Spanish. He decided to introduce Law Day in Spanish. This is the same with my Law Day partner, Ruth, and I don't doubt that the majority of people that are bilingual, that English isn't their native language, is the same. We were able to the competitors from Law Day in Spanish hadn't done anything from any form of activities or competitions outside of class because of the language. But when we introduced Law Day in Spanish, they got interested once again, and they showed us how talented they were and their abilities. The way that we can start fixing this problem is to introduce Law Day in Spanish all over the country. This will just be a beginning to all of the possibilities together we can make happen and open up opportunities to all the minorities. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Miguel Ramirez, and I will be presenting the second speech. In our generation, in our society, and in this school, the quantity of students who actually value their education has decreased dramatically. There are many students who view school as simply pointless. Students barely coming in experience what we call senioritis. Keep in mind, these are freshmen. Why would these students who are barely coming in already be failing their classes and having no motivation at all to do anything school related? Well, these same students, after losing interest in school, have their grades fall, their grades tumble dramatically. Low grades make students stressed out about school, and ultimately hundreds of students drop out. This is apparent considering the fact that of the 1,000 freshmen that enter high school every year, only 400 actually graduate. And that is true for my class, and I am a junior. Uh, the question is, what happens to all the other students? Well, the answer to that question is that they all drop out or move to what we call the OC. How pathetic. This happens because their loss of interest in school makes them give up. And if they give up, then several hundreds of them drop out. Spanish Law Day is a solution, rather a resolution, to the minuscule graduation class size. The program is meant to gain interest in school for these students. Excuse me. Spanish Law Day here at Del Valle was very effective in enlightening some students to see how interesting school can actually be. We, as a group, need to try our best to motivate students to want to stay in school. A program like Spanish Law Day can help students interested in pursuing a career in law. Some of these students are bilingual, so this can help them if they want to pursue a career in law because bilingual students are in very high demand. But it is also very fun and can attract unmotivated Spanish-speaking students. Spanish Law Day was very interesting. in my opinion, and even opinion changing for many of the students who participated in this. Before Spanish Law Day, some of the students viewed school and school-related activities as a waste of time, that they had no real purpose. But now, some of these students are once again interested and motivated in their education, in school. And in summation, Spanish Law Day would be very useful for increasing interest in students. And this is a fact. We need more programs in general that motivate students to stay in school. These programs are meant to increase the graduation population. There's a whole bastardized idea to the whole idea of school. Our society has progressed negatively. Students no longer value education as they did before. Students feel as though they have no rights whatsoever in a school environment. Students to school are like prisoners to prison, and this is what they feel like. Many of the students that drop out realize this and they decide to drop out. Students from other countries value school with tenfold respect compared to students from the United States. This disrespect from American students becomes a circular conflict because teachers then lose motivation to teach such ignorant and disrespectful children. They lose hope and either quit or misteach their children just as they feel to be treated. The children then rebel with even more disrespect, all while slowly losing even more motivation. A program like Spanish Law Day is simply meant to reinvigorate the beautiful idea of school and to reach out at fallen students. Spanish Law Day is a ploy to try and increase the number of happy students, increase the graduation class size, and reinforce the idea of school being a blessing. This program has already been successful at showing a bright light to students here at Del Valle. Doing something like this again could help achieve our goal and making school seem once again like a beauty. Thank you for your time.
Now we're going to do
We are now going to do the PowerPoint.
Law Day in Español, April 23rd, 2015, bringing the law to our community. The problem is our average freshman class high starts off high school with about 1,000 students. We finally graduate about 400 of those students. What happens to the 60% of the students who start high school? 90% of our students are Hispanic. The vast majority speak Spanish at their house. Increase the interest in school by making activities Spanish like Law Day. In Spanish like Law Day. Día Internacional de Derecho, 23 de abril 2015, hora 12:30 p.m. Por primera vez en la historia de la educación peruana, videoconferencia triparia entre el Colegio Privado San Vicente de Lima, Perú, con del Valle High School. Law Day en español. Teamwork makes the dream work. Here we see me and my Law Day partner, Ruth, and how we were we weren't even confident about winning, but we put it all our best, and we're thankful with God, first of all, and with ourselves, because if we didn't have each other, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish this, which was to win Law Day in Spanish.
Here we see Mr. Enrique with the principal of San Vicente, and that young man up there, his name is Kevin Perez, and he was another competitor during Spanish Law Day, and he was a great debater. Sadly, he didn't win, but he's one example of someone who has a great talent in both English and Spanish.
We see right here, you see me and my partner Ruth on our first round. That's my partner Ruth Latinos, the first place team. She was.
This is Lucia Diaz, another competitor during Spanish Law Day. This is Eduardo and Yesenia. They were judges during Spanish Law Day. This is Kevin Perez, who I spoke momentarily ago. This is one of the Spanish-speaking judges.
That's Mr. Enrique Cuando at San Vicente High School in Lima, Peru.
This is Jasmine Yunez judging.
That's me, Rosa Medina, first place team.
This is the United States of America Jack and Kevin, who I spoke momentarily ago about. Kind of hard to see. We're sorry. This is Cairo and Luis, other competitors during Spanish Valle. This is my partner Pamela and myself. We were second place runner-ups. That is me. And in the back, that was Mr. Enrique. And our solution to the problem that we presented was we should combine NGO support, U.S. Army help, and Duke University into one law day event. This should be done to try and just motivate students to not want to end up dropping out of high school. We have 10 teams during Spanish. We had 10 teams during Spanish Law Day, and if we do it again, we will have 10 teams again or more. And Spanish Law Day for us ended up being where we had 5 rounds, and 3 rounds determined the semifinals and finals. And the judges were from San Vicente High School from Lima, Peru, and it was Mr. Enrique and the principal of San Vicente. And well, the results of doing this, we have engaged learners who feel more comfortable in their school environment. Now, do you have any questions for us?
Yes, are there other schools
My name is Pamela de la Cerda. I was part of Law Day with my partner Miguel Ramirez, who just spoke. My name is Ruta Dinos, and my partner was Rosa.
Could you repeat the question?
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Can you please repeat the question?
Are there other schools in Texas that you could have partnered with that have all day in Spanish?
We could have, but since this was our first year doing it, we decided to stay with our high school right now. Next year, if we continue this, we can improve it to be countrywide.
In your research for the significance of this issue, you address cultural alienation, expressing that a pretty significant amount of your students leave high school because they do not feel their learning is relevant and speaks to them and responsive to what they're going through. Did you find any research on how programs similar to what you have here, the Milade in Espanol, have been effective in increasing, I guess, cultural relevance and engagement among students?
We didn't necessarily have research for it because we have all went through personal experiences, and everyone in Law Day had that certain belief.
And well, speaking from my experience, when I started out as a freshman, there were 1,000 students. Now, we currently only have 500, and by next year, it's expected to move to 400. Now, big question: if 90% of the population of our school is Hispanic, then out of the 600 students, that would be 540 students that drop out, and most of these students drop out merely because of their inability to express themselves in the community. And this is just plain experience from our point. And in my experience, as I repeated many times, this program in itself was able to have me meet new people who we all got together to work on one single program. And it was a great experience just meeting such interesting people who were motivated to do something, which is something that we don't have a lot of here in the Valley.
Did you guys involve teachers and other staff on campus to help participate? How responsive were they to this program, and were they so that they would be interested in allowing more students the opportunity to voice in their classroom and their educational spaces?
One teacher who we clearly had help was Mr. Cunningham, who also helped get assistant principals to come in and talk to the principal of San Vicente, and they also helped us just to manage our get us out of other classes so we could be here and participate in this event. If it wasn't for them, we'd probably be in big trouble just being here. But they supported us, and this is why we are able to be here today as well.
This is Chloe again. I love that this is something that you're personally passionate about, and that for your own experience into the presentation, that really shows through. So I appreciate that. And my not so much of a question, but a little bit of a suggestion that you just might want to think about for future presentations and future analysis of this program is just looking at the people who participate in it versus those who don't participate in it, and maybe doing a survey before the participation and then after to see if those people, kind of what you were saying about your participation and how it made you more interested in school and feel like your learning is more relevant. If you could then give that survey to the other participants and be able to prove that everyone who goes through Valle and Espanol is then feeling more committed to their learning environment, the school and everything, I think that would be really powerful for you to use that with administrators to have this program implemented, or to even show that the number of students who were graduating from high school, if they were involved in this program, was increasing. So I think that would all be really powerful research that you might want to think about in the future.
So you're just asking us for logistics to try and explain the community's idea here? Like,
well, just like if you could prove that this program kept kids in school and kept kids engaged in school. So if there was a way for you to prove that in the future, I think that would be powerful.
well, this being our first year, we could, I guess, find everyone who participated in Spanish Law Day and see if any of them see what they used to think of school, and if they thought of change, and if they no longer want to drop out, or if their grades have improved in any way. So,
Yeah, I was saying it more of if you do this again next year, it might be something you want to think about for next year.
we can do that.
Great. Do you have any questions for us?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Not at the moment.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much.
Could
Thank you.
We'll do the next one then.
We will now be doing the next one.
Mister, can we take like a couple minute break?
Oh, no problem.
To calibrate the scores and use your water before the next group?
Okay, no problem. Yes, no problem. Go ahead, there's no problem. Take a break. Yeah, I'm trying to, I will print out the speeches right now.
Is that okay if we take a short break, Mr. Cunningham?
Yes, can you hear me? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I'm sorry. We may need you again though.
What are they doing next? The fit to be taught?
What?
You're gonna be next, because nobody else is here. Okay, so if you get fit to be tied into the second speech, here's the first speech. Okay, then I need yours, and I need the second speech for yours.
Which one did you want?
Just put one of each. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, now let's get yours. I do not understand. Yeah, you need, don't worry about the facts, by gosh, you know. You live in the thing. That's what I'm trying to tell. Why do you want to have research if you're living it?
Probably because they're thinking that it shows personal bias. So.
What happened to Jacob and Brian?
I don't know. I can't. I would wonder what happened to anybody anymore. Everybody's got different agendas that they want to try to finish this. And then we got Cardinal time coming up in a little bit. Try to put them somewhere.
Cardinals have a 7th period.
Yeah, I know. And then third period, we don't need research to tell you there. There's a whole bunch of people that totally lost. Pam, we may have you do something again here too. You want to help her out? Okay. She'll be your partner.
No.
Well, you'll be after this one.
You made a circuit in physics, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, here
I got
is the American Dream.
100 and extra credit.
Okay, and
Oh, that's
Brian's got Here's
Yeah.
the Hope. And now we
Jackie
need
are
to
making
get
Christmas.
Anna.
It was A1.
I
Mine
gotta
was like
find
black
the rest
hole.
of it.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
Miguel may
It's
go with
A1.
Anna. Because we need to have somebody do the Ada's first speech on virtual vittles. So you may be doing virtual vittles, Miguel.
I don't know what to say.
You learn. That's one of the problems about Del Valle, why people don't. You got both the speeches? Okay, good. Give them part. That's great. Okay, now we're down to your speeches for what? Get over there. Get ready. Introduce yourselves first, guys, and then we'll go to. Okay. Let me see here. Fit to be Ty,
What time are you?
and then it'll be yours.
No, there's somebody before me.
No.
Oh, wait, no.
Not now, because Brian's gone.
No, the food for thought.
Yeah, you can start it next.
The food
No.
for thought.
It's Brian's and food for thought. Where's Brian?
Brian had to go to class because he's in trouble.
Doesn't he have 18 euros?
I don't know. I just don't know. Back in progress. That's not seat placement. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know what I was gonna do whenever it was my senior project.
What you need to do is whatever you're going to do for this.
I'm not gonna do it.
Do one of these things and just do the same thing. That's what.
Jacob doing?
Yeah. It's just
What is he doing for his product?
distance learning.
No, his product. Like, don't you have to have?
Well, just rip off one of these things. Dang.
I know, but I'm saying, like, don't you have to have like an actual product, like a little thing?
Not anymore. You can do a survey. That's what all these
Oh,
touchy
is that why
feely.
everybody's doing surveys?
Yeah. Do a survey and tell me how you feel. Forget that you're actually one of the 600 people. I want to know a survey of the people who feel what they feel about when they drop out.
It's kind of
A survey.
I know, so many people,
easier because you go online.
I've like
find people.
easily,
There's
I've
websites where people.
But to me,
I've easily done 20 surveys.
I don't
for
care how
something.
you feel. I'd rather get something done. Okay, we have to find something for her. Where did Jacob go? And no, nobody leave because I don't feel good about leaving. Okay. Food for thought, right? You got your speech, Lucia?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we just have to find one for Rummy.
Who's wrong?
Your partner.
Kevin, where is he? I thought he said So where are these people from?
They're from all over the place.
Really? Europe?
No, I don't know. I don't know what happened to this. Here we go. Ready to go, guys. Okay, unhit mute on the phone. Be tied. Okay.
Hello, my name is Miguel Garcia, and I'll be speaking a speech of the prop. There's a real problem both at Dublin High School and all across the nation. Way too many students are not physically active. We are either supposed to be at the peak of health or very close to it at our age. We have a problem. Our state legislature last term decreased the amount of physical education you had to do from 2 years down to 1. Now we just made this problem worse. Regular physical activity in childhood and adolescence improves strength and endurance and helps build healthy bones and muscles. Helps control weight and reduces anxiety and stress, increases self-esteem, and may improve blood pressure and cholesterol levels. It also lowers diabetes 2 chances considerably. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services recommends that young people aged 6 through 17 receive 60 minutes of exercise daily. In 2013, 27.1% of high school students surveyed had participated in at least 60 minutes per day of physical activity on all 7 days before the survey. Only 29% of us attended physical education. Only 29% attended physical education classes daily. At the Valle High School, we are a school of over 3,000 students, but less than 300 students are enrolled in physical education classes. Schools can promote physical activity throughout comprehensive school physical activity programs, including recess, classroom-based physical activity, instrumental physical activity clubs, interscholastic sports, and physical education. Schools should ensure physical education is provided to all students in all grades and is taught by qualified teachers. Schools can also work with community organizations to provide out-of-school time physical activity programs and share physical facilities. What are the benefits of regular physical activity? 1, it helps build and maintain healthy bones and muscles. 2, helps reduce the risk of developing obesity and chronic diseases such as diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and colon cancer. It reduces the feelings of depression and anxiety and promotes psychological well-being. It may help improve students' academic achievement performance, including academic achievement and grades, academic behavior such as grades, factors that influence academic achievement such as concentration and attentiveness during class. What are the long-term consequences of physical inactivity if we do nothing to our current problem? Overweight and obesity are which are influenced by physical inactivity and poor diets. Can increase one's risk for diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, asthma, arthritis, and poor health status. Physical inactivity increases one's risk for dying prematurely, dying of heart disease, developing diabetes, colon cancer, and high blood pressure. Participation in physical activity by young people. In 2013, only 29% of the high school students had participated in at least 60 minutes per day of physical activity on each of the 7 days before the survey. 15.2% of the high school students had participated in 60 minutes of any kind of physical activity on any day during the 7 days before the survey. Participation in physical activity declines as young people age. Participation in physical education classes. In 2013, less than half, 40% of the high school students, 64 of the 9th grade students, but only 35% of the 12th grade students attended physical education classes in an average week. The Valle averages about 10 to 9 12th grade students. The percentage of high school students who attended physical education classes daily decreased from 42 in 1991 to 25 in 1995 and remained stable at the level until 2013, 29%. In 2013, 42 of 9th grade students, but only 20% of 12th grade students attended physical education classes daily. Our answer, Fit to Be Thigh after school program, Quickwear after school lead program, 3 sponsors, 45-minute workouts, 4 days a week, discipline, dedication, desire to competition.
Good evening. My name is Raisa, and I'm here to offer a solution to what my partner Eduardo said. And this is my solution sheet. The top 5 benefits of Muay Thai. What are the benefits of offering after-school Muay Thai programs at Del Valle High School? There are 5 excellent benefits from a 45-minute after class of Muay Thai. Increased cardiovascular conditioning. People who have played many sports are partaking in a large variety of physical activities over the years that think they're pretty good shape, yet none of them have come to close delivering to cardiovascular conditioning that Muay Thai offers. Being both aerobic and anaerobic, Muay Thai places have huge stress on your cardiopulmonary system. With continued practice, your body will adapt to the demands of the sport and improves cardiovascular performance is one of the payoffs. Leg strength. Kicking and footwork play is a large role in Muay Thai. One movement that is distinctive to Muay Thai is the roundhouse kick. Learning how to kick strengthens the musculature of the lower body. Every muscle in your lower body will benefit from practicing the various kicks and footwork drills incorporated in the sport, from muscle endurance, force production, agility, to just plain old good-looking calves. Muay Thai delivers. Core strength. Core is not a word I like to use a lot. Generally, when someone refers to their core, they're referring to their abdominal muscles. This drives strength and conditioning professionals crazy. You're crazy. Your core is every single muscle located on your trunk. The rotational nature of all the movements in the sport truly does strengthen your core. Getting punched in the body will also help a little. Striking, defensive movements, and clinching will all help Muay Thai students develop a strong core. Increase hip mobility. It won't happen overnight, but with the time kicking and knee movements of Muay Thai promote increased hip mobility. Having healthy hips alone can save you from serious pains and numerous terrible medical conditions later in life. Just remember to do your foam, rolling, and stretching. Get an occasional massage, and those hips of yours will be feeling amazing. Stress relief. This may be the most important benefit Muay Thai can provide. The majority of us accumulate a fair amount of stress during the day. Having an outlet for that stress feels fantastic, can work wonders for your mental and physical health. Let's face it, when you're mad at work or school or stressed about bills, hitting something just feels good. Due to the fast-paced nature of the sport, you can't trouble yourself with worry while training. You'll get hit in the face or mess up drill you're working on. Practicing a martial art allows you to focus on yourself and nothing else. I believe doing something regularly that detaches you from the daily grind helps you become a happier and more carefree individual. To sum it all up, Muay Thai can benefit just about anyone. Just make sure you adapt your workout to your level of fitness when you're starting out. There's absolutely no shame in taking a break or modifying a drill to make it all fit for you. Also remember, practicing any sport, there's always a risk of injury. Make sure to consult your healthcare professional when beginning any new type of physical endeavor, and let your coach know of any injury or physical condition that you may have prior to practice. For those of you choosing to explore the out of Muay Thai, I wish you all the best in your training. Getting professional training from Peru is an added plus because we are getting real world training from some of the very best in the entire world. When you combine our education with technology to develop a program that benefits our healthcare. This is not a video game. This is real life. Recognize it and vote for it. Thank you for your time and your consideration. And if and now we'll move on to the PowerPoint. Okay, fit to be fit to be thigh.
Problem, students are not physically fit, students not have to take PE classes, students in poor physical shape, higher medical costs, students lack motivation to exercise currently.
Building student self-esteem virtually. World-class schools fit to be thigh.
Solution, fit to be thigh after school, virtual martial arts, increased motivation, increased desire, increased dedication, increased determination, increased discipline.
Prama. Prama Mount Thai Camp Peru. Bringing a bit of the jungle to your school.
Discipline, dedication, and desire, learning the ropes virtually.
Defending yourself takes on new heights. Learn your kicks virtually from a master.
Learning stretch, learning stretch takes on new heights, a new virtual height.
Sign up and change your high school forever. Discipline, dedication, and desire. An environmentally friendly curriculum.
Let Juan Ruben show you how. Virtually the same experience everywhere.
Practice makes perfect. Join the movement today.
Juan Ruben, head instructor.
Proposal. Simple, fast, and fun.
Discipline, dedication, and desire. Fit to be Thai martial arts program, traditional classroom.
Learning stretch. Fit to be Thai martial arts, traditional high school.
How does it work? Virtually everywhere. Flexible hours, flexible students.
Types of instructions. Virtual instruction, on-site instruction.
Types of competitions. Virtual competitions and on-site competitions. Skills competitions.
Juan Ruben, master teacher.
World-class schools, bringing martial arts virtually everywhere in the world. Discipline, desire, and dedication.
Solution in a world where things are not always right. Let us bring in discipline, dedication, and desire.
Lift your fists for the rainforest. Teaching environment education awareness.
Fit to be Thai t-shirts. Money goes to saving the rainforest in Peru.
World-class schools, raise your fist. Fit to be Thai, save the rainforest.
So thank you guys for your time, and if you guys have any questions, we'll be happy to answer them.
I do. I have a question.
Okay.
Is this martial arts class at your school?
Can you please?
Can you please repeat that question?
Yeah, do you provide a virtual martial arts class at your school?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment, but we would like to be on that process of having one that can benefit our school. It would be, I think it would be a great curricular activity to the school. But no.
Did you find any research on, I guess, any virtual physical fitness classes on the impact of, I guess, student stress levels and student engagement or student well-being?
Well, this is meant to make them more physically fit, give them discipline, and make sure they have a fun time doing it. It's something that students will participate in to become better.
Yeah, it's like considered like a sport that you can enjoy, and it can be a great stress reliever, and at the same time it's benefiting your body, keeping it fit as well.
Yeah, I understand that. Did you find any research on other schools that provide virtual?
We haven't. We were just stating that how it would be nice for a change if we did have our martial arts like that in here in Del Valle in the school, but as well in other schools. But no, we haven't made research about the schools that do provide that.
And we're not sure if there are schools who do it or have done this program of
Yes.
any sorts yet.
This is more of a consideration.
We had a survey, talk more about that with the survey of the student body or elaborate.
Excuse me.
The survey of the student body.
The survey of the students was done to simulate the facts of how many hours or how many students were partaking in physical activities each week, and it showed that not that many were actually being physically active during the 7 days before the survey.
Was that survey conducted at the school you attend or just in general?
It was conducted in general and in Del Valle High School.
This is Chloe. I saw that you did a whole lot of research around the problem, and I felt like that was really helpful in helping us to frame the problem and the need for physical education in your school. And I felt like that was a really great way to explain why you were looking at ways to do that. I kind of got lost on the connection between I and saving the rainforest. I felt like maybe I missed the part there. I didn't understand where the rainforest came into physical education.
Well, you see, the way we came to the rainforest part is that the T-shirts that are for sale, part of the a fraction of the earnings will go to saving the rainforest in Peru.
Oh, so that was just kind of an add-on.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for explaining that.
So is there any further questions that you guys are curious, or are you guys satisfied?
I have a suggestion. This is Tina. I was wondering, I think that if you add more research on current virtual martial arts courses and how they're impacting students' stress levels and health, fitness, well-being, and whatnot, I think that would increase your audience interest in implementing something like that at your school.
Yes, definitely, yeah. We didn't get into as much research, but we got all that we could collect from what we know. But yes.
Okay, we're finished. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you for
Have a
your time.
good day. Thank you.
Who's next?
Yeah. Hey, could someone go work the computer thing?
That sounds like a good law firm.
So what was Kevin basically saying for the solution thing? We'll be with you very shortly. We just have a little bit of a setup we have to do. Can you like exit out, or not exit out, but like pull the power? Okay. Sorry for the long wait. My name is Jacob Shaw. You met me already, and I'll be filling in as one of the participants in this Food for Thought project. And this is my partner for the project.
Hi, my name is Lucia.
You're a-
And I am a Food for Thought participant. Oh, I'm a junior at Del Valley High School.
You'll be in the first speech.
Okay, I will be giving you guys the problem speech real quick. So high, almost impossible needs, little money, demands placed on resources which completely overwhelm everyone. These will be the problems of the past if you vote for a new plan, Food for Thought. We have shown you a program in which we virtually change the way education is brought to our school. Through the use of partners like World Class Schools, a teacher-driven organization that has 175 high schools members in 65 countries, and private educational partner like Devitur Peru, Jesus Carreras, we have changed how education is delivered, taught, and how your students will achieve success. With Food for Thought, you can truly change the typical urban high school today in the US. Some, like Greg Duncan, writing in the Chicago Tribune, October 6, 2011, stated that the real cause of urban school is the lack of money. Now, if this were true in the United States, would be leading the world in secondary education. We spend more than any other nation in the world today, 2013, and yet the 2013 three-yearly OECD Program for International Student Assessment, PISA, report, which compares the knowledge and skills of 15-year-olds in 70 countries around the world, ranked the United States 14 out of 34 OECD countries for reading skills, 17th for science, and below average 25th for mathematics. Now, average is not bad, right? The frightening number is this. If you take out the facts from rural and suburban schools in the United States and grade just the urban schools, you see that the US urban schools would rank 31st out of 34 in reading, 30 out of 34 in science, and 31 out of 34 in math. Clearly, students in the urban areas of the United States are getting not a world-class educational experience, but a third world educational
What we did was asked to take one high school, an urban high school located in southeast Travis County that includes parts of east and southeast Austin, Texas, and survey students to see what type of courses they would like to see offered at their school. The Valley High School has approximately 3,000 students. 90% of these students are on free and reduced lunch, and 90% of the students are Hispanic. Many of these students will be the first in their families to graduate from high school, and many of their families are blended. Some of the family members are legal U.S. citizens, and others are undocumented. With this socioeconomic background, we try to test this theory. This theory can changing the school curriculum and offering different courses help the student. We found out that most of the students wanted to change. They were willing to take additional courses if they could result in some sort of certification of career. Enter our partner Savitor from Peru. Now we can train students with many different career paths. We can do so at a fraction of the cost of a traditional program, and what is most exciting is that anyone can do this. This program is available to any school who would like to join us. Any school that would like to be invited to join the fastest growing educational program in the world certainly may at this point. At first we were children and we spoke like children, and now we are adults and we need to grow up to the fact that this is the 21st century and we do not have to teach in a classroom the same way we did in the 19th century. Stand up and do what is right. Stand up and deliver success to your school. Stand up and promote food for thought. Thank you for your time, and most importantly, your school will thank you too.
Either I'll be delivering the second speech or the solution speech for us. So I'd like to begin with the applications of food for thought conferences within how it's affected not only our school, but the schools we've been intertwined with throughout the process of implementing it. So first, I'd like to discuss, for example, the recent events that happened with Ukraine and Russia. Obviously, it's a huge, massive turmoil. The warfare has been going over there. The economic disparities have been impacted on Ukraine because of the relationship they've had with Russia. Obviously, it's hard for those countries to relate. Another example would be our relationship with countries within the Middle East. For example, Iran, and how untrustworthy our governments are of each other and the political turmoil that surrounds our relationship. Through food for thought, however, we've been able to circumvent those negative relationships. For example, our relationship with the Middle East and Iran, and with Russia and the Ukraine, through the use of a simple medium, food. Through food for thought conferences, our partner and I have been able to engage different communities in different countries that would normally not associate with one another, would normally be very hostile to each other, by being able to relate to each other through just food. Second, the applications are endless. Not only do we come up with, those schools come up with recipes, as well as they show them how to be worked with and fixed through live TV, it shows a complete implementation of different cultures and societies. We allow other cultures to be reaffirmed and to be diffused throughout the world, and therefore to be more livable, because you allow those cultures to keep implementing their own food recipes and their own food creations. Not only is it fun, we can attest to that, but it's worthwhile to be able to see, even different parts of the country, different types of foods they eat, whether we consider it weird or not. You really break the barriers, the geographical barriers, through a virtual classroom. And our partner was saying, we do believe that virtual classrooms are the future, and virtual learning is the future, because certainly if we can impact the world through just food, imagine what else we can do to get into more seemingly higher esteemed topics. Third, not only with the application of food do you bond other countries and societies together, we believe it's also a matter of the principle of what you can learn. Not just learning other recipes depending on the topics we have each month, but also learning of the consequences. Many people, for example, love the aspect of network food shows. The ability to watch different programs, to be able to learn how to conduct different recipes, holding, for example, right from your kitchen or right from any electronic device that you have. Why have to actually be take a cooking class, or actually spend the money to do so, or not actually having to have to leave your own vicinity of your home? To Food for Thought, we emphasize this throughout society and maximize the potential of this by having a very leisure activity that allows others to, right from their classrooms, and mass amounts of people as opposed to just one, offered through a economically feasible program that allows you to just do just that, to engage in, again, these virtual food programs, which we already see from, for example, if we were watching the Food Network, and we're making modern day chefs, implementing careers for those people. They can one day also be able to engage in recipes they've learned into their own repertoire of cooking. To do with those three critical things, it makes Food for Thought a not only a preferable dream, but an actual great reality for all of those involved. I'm very glad to be able to participate in it throughout these last few months. And with that, we'd like to go to our PowerPoint. Food for Thought, a virtual college coming to schools near you.
The problem. Well, problem. How can you get real life training by international professionals and not leave your school? How can you become an international chief, travel guide, hotelier without leaving your current school?
Food for Thought, bringing a career to your school. Learning through your school, bringing the best of the new world to your world.
Sabatur, Peru, y sus carreras. That means like Servitor Peru would be the school, y sus carreras would be and their career. Put a new world flavor in your curriculum, making learning fun and exciting.
Bringing it to the world, making your school a world-class school.
Training the world is our only business. And again, Servitor Peru and their careers.
Working with schools to bring the world to their school, thereby creating a world-class school for everyone involved.
Learn to be in the international tourist business. So this right here would be a tourist business called Negocios Turísticos Internacionales.
Learn about international hotel management. Work with the best people in the world. Work with the best people across the world throughout these programs.
Learn to work with the traveling public in the most exciting way. Comercio exterior.
Become a tourist guide by starting now, because you're taking international tours each time you engage in one of these Food for Thought conferences.
Become a certified bartender.
Learn what is cooking all around the world each and every day.
Bringing the world together now brings distance learning to new heights.
We have 65 countries, 175 high schools will is blended all together to one partnership. The various pictures there show this partnership in various countries that are involved within the project.
Students eager to learn exist all over the world now. You need to reach out and enroll them.
Implementation. Become a member of world-class schools. Partnership with international colleges like Salvador, Peru. Schedule classes in Spanish and in English. The courses can be accommodated with flexible times.
Solutions. It helps schools by providing trained teachers at a fraction of the cost, hiring full-time teachers. It allows for flexible scheduling, works around the school schedules to meet the needs of the students. Learning in different languages offers programs in Spanish and English, student Chinese, Korean, and Japanese. Makes each school a model school, a truly world-class school.
Connecting to the world. As we bring the world, all countries, any countries we can involve to each individual classroom to use this project.
A perfect partnership. Seversur, Peru, y sus carreras, and a world-class school.
Peru Partner College. Through our engagement with the country of Peru, we've seen that they've been very, very willing to engage with their own colleges, help and build up our program, but also involve many of the schools and involve more topics through the Food for Thought presentations. And with that, that ends our PowerPoint. We're open to questions now.
I have a question. I was wondering if you guys in your research did find anything about how effective iTunes University has been in spreading are decreasing the international school gap. I can't think of the right word, but iTunes University provides free classes for anyone everywhere. And did you guys find any research on how effective that has been in increasing our educational standing in the United States?
Not specifically for that university. We wanted to work first on a high school level. It can be done for any high school throughout not only in the AISD area and Del Valle ISD area, but by extension, Travis County area, Texas, and the United States, and then the world. Through applications of that, we found that at the high school level, all you needed to engage in these Food for Thought conferences was one, be willing to work with other countries, and two, front a small fee and that of a video camera and computer, as well as be willing to third, have people who are willing to have recipes and willing to cook and provide these recipes and their benefits on camera for those. And I think that we've seen through this at the high school experience, it's been very beneficial for all the students involved. You know, the future chefs and future leaders of these worlds are going to be able to know them. You diffuse culture across every classroom. And third, you allow all countries to relate regardless of their heritage and initial government relationship through the applications of food. So necessarily at the university you spoke of, but just through the high school experience has been the predominant bulk of our research for this through our implementation of the video conferences month after month.
Chloe, I have a question about your proposed solution is to implement the world-class schools curriculum and become a part of the world-class schools, and the options within that are those classes that you mentioned, like becoming a hotelier or a bartender or a chef, right?
Precisely, as well as in working with other colleges, such as the one we found in Peru.
Oh, okay. So that was a specific world-class school option within Peru.
Yes, and through the further application, further building up of the program, we hope to then expand it to other colleges across the world and to not only have benefits for just our school and students involved in American citizens, but any student who participates in the program can then become a future chef, a future bartender, or anything of the sort through these programs.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. have any questions for us?
I believe that about does it for us, and we'll just move on to our next presentation. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.
Thank you guys.
So you are, who's your partner? It's y'all too?
Well, it's supposed to be me and Gabby, but Gabby is.
Is she here?
Yeah.
She's in my group.
She doesn't want to do anything. I don't know if you even put her in this.
Text her.
I don't have a. I'm looking for the community meeting. Pamela.
Is Pamela the speech?
Did he give you the second one?
And you might not have it like, on file. The phone's currently muted, so when you're ready to go, just push the mute button.
Okay.
I'll work your PowerPoint stuff for you.
He doesn't know where it is. So what do you want us to do for this? It's on mute, so they can hear us.
Well, let's get up there and try to go. I don't know. Google and see if we've got ICC moot court second speech there, but if not, we'll just go to she'll start reading that, okay?
Well, in the interest of time, we may just want to.
Yeah, this time, for interest of time, let's give one speech and then go to the power. Kind of get up there with her.
So do you want me to just say in interest of time?
Yeah, so first introduce yourselves again for the first time. And then discuss, in the interest of time, you deliver in one speech, but then you say PowerPoint afterwards.
Show this.
Yeah, in a sense, you'll be with them by one speech. Maybe let Pamela read more with PowerPoint, so this looks more even. And you can submit the phone, then whenever you're ready to go.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Garcia, and I'm a junior at Del Valle High School.
I'm Pamela de la Cerda, and I'm a sophomore at Del Valle High School.
And due to an issue of time, we will only be giving one speech if that's okay with y'all, but we do have that PowerPoint that will be showing everything that I don't mention in this speech. Go. So, Dallas, we have a problem. My name is Stephanie Garcia, along with my partner, Pamela. We are proposing a new program that will change how we teach students here in Texas and will change how we look at genocide all over the world. Dallas, we have a problem. No, we are not talking about the famous NASA quote. We are talking about a problem that fails to get recognized year after year. Did you know that since I have been in high school, almost 250,000 Syrians have been killed in a civil war? Did you know that since the beginning of this school year, over 40,000 Assyrian Christians have been killed by attackers simply because of their religion? Both of these are very bad, but only one is genocide. Which one is it? Why does it matter, you ask? That is exactly my point. Genocide only continues when the general public turns a blind eye on it and looks the other way. This past April 24th, 2015, we celebrated the 100th year anniversary of the beginning of the Armenian genocide. Today, about 14% of the nations of the world have recognized this as genocide. That means 86% of all of the nations of the world have failed to recognize this for what it truly was, a mass killing of single targeted group of people. That was after 100 years. We do not have another 100 years to wait. We have two problems that we could easily find a solution to. First, the current YMCA appeals court case runs only during the first semester of each year. This would leave the second semester free to take up another case. Second, we propose that the YMCA of Texas at Dallas adopt, beginning in the spring of 2016, an international criminal court competition. This competition would have a state and national component. The state competition would include on-site competitions between two teams consisting of 2 people each. They would be representing 4 different cases dealing with genocide or crimes against humanity. Each attorney would rotate from prosecution to defense to judging. This could be implemented immediately, cost little or no money, and be modeled after the YMCA of New Jersey or in Tennessee. The international component would take place in June of 2016 and include schools from all over the world. This tournament would take place via video conferencing with real attorneys acting as judges. Why is genocide education important? Let's look at some famous quotes by American and British leaders. When the Turkish authorities gave the orders for the deportations, they were merely giving a death warrant to the whole race. They understood this well, and in their conversation with me, they made no particular attempt to conceal the fact. I'm confident that the whole history of the human race contains no such horrible episode as this. The great massacres and persecutions of the past seem almost insignificant when compared to the sufferings of the Armenian race in 1950. Henry Murgno Sr. May 11, 1918, letter to Cleveland Hondley Judge. The Armenian massacre was the greatest crime of the war, and the failure to act against Turkey is to condone it. The failure to deal radically with the Turkish horror means that all the talk of guaranteeing the future peace of the world is mischievous nonsense. Theodore Roosevelt.
Herbert Hoover, The Memoirs of Herbert Hoover in 1952. The Association of Mount Ararat and Noah, the staunch Christians who are massacred periodically by the Mohammed Turks, and the Sunday school collections over 50 years for alleviate their miseries, all accumulate to impress the name of Armenia in the front of the Armenian mind. Jimmy Carter, May 16, 1978, White House ceremony. It is generally not known in the world that in the years preceding 1916, there was a concerted effort to eliminate all Armenian people. Probably one of the greatest tragedies that will ever befell any group. And there weren't any Nuremberg trials. Ronald Reagan, April 22, 1981 proclamation. Like the genocide of the Armenians before it and the genocide of the Cambodians which followed it, the lessons of the Holocaust have never been forgotten. George Bush Sr., April 20, 1990, speech in Orlando, Florida. We join Armenians around the world as we remember the terrible massacres suffered in 1915 to 1923. At the hands of the rulers of the Ottoman Empire, the United States responded to this crime against humanity by leading diplomatic and private relief efforts. Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of Great Britain, 1940 and 1945. In 1915, the Turkish government began and ruthlessly carried out the infamous general massacre and deportation of Armenians in Asia Minor. There is no reasonable doubt that this crime was planned and executed for political reasons. Thank you for your consideration.
We would now go on to our PowerPoint part. ICC Moot Court, a proposal whose time has come, including the YMCA Youth and Government Program, YMCA Dallas, and Del Valle High School.
Problem: the need to have a stronger academic-based year-round curriculum for school. The current status quo has a fall semester full with judicial material, but very little for the spring semester. And the year-long nature of the curriculum would make more schools adopt the YMCA Youth and Government Judicial Program as part of the curriculum.
Moot International Criminal Court. So what this would pretty much be, ICC overcoming world problems, moot court in Iran, and this is just a picture from when we had an ICC with people in Iran, and we were just going over some cases.
ICC courts bringing out the best in us.
Product, ICC Court. The year-long nature of the curriculum would make more schools adopt the YMCA Youth and Government Judicial Program as part of the curriculum. ICC Court would help increase the students' awareness in genocide, education, crimes against humanity, and other crimes on an international or world basis.
Implementation. We call for the implementation of the ICC Core as part of the model of the UN program, which will be run by YMCA Dallas in the spring of 2016. This can run both on a site and in international schools via video conferencing services for both schools and judges.
International Moot Court. Putting education on the map by bringing a world-class education to all. And this would be possible by being able to have ICC Moot Court with people around the world, or even with people in the same school as us, because then we would be able to learn more about what is going on around the world, or what has gone on around the world.
Working with schools all over the world, moot courts on genocide brings the world together.
Working with Peru, Lima Peru partners, which we have already done some ICC moot trial courts with, and even both us and Peru have learned more about things that have gone on all over the world in the past, including some things from the Armenian genocide.
Canada ICC Moot Court. Genocide knows no borders.
ICC Moot Court. Trials begin. Prepare to learn in a new, different, and fun way. And this would be that it would be the same, kind of the same concept as what we do in YMCA right now in the appeals court, but it would definitely be in a different way, because we wouldn't be trying people or things that happened right where we were. It would be people from all over the world, people that we've learned about in class, people that we've seen on the news, and it would be a very fun and new experience for us to do this with other people.
ICC Moot Court Round 1. Let the cases begin.
Solution. This will provide a full-year rigorous curriculum that would be second to none in the field of legal education. You will have both domestic and foreign law experience, and you will learn both sides of various arguments, and by doing so, you will learn a great deal more about the legal system and yourself. And we would also have more involvement from more schools, because they would be more willing to do 2 cases that took up a semester each. And that is the conclusion of our PowerPoint. Do y'all have any questions?
Hi, this is Chloe. I have a quick question. My understanding is that you do have a moot court now in the first semester, but not in the second semester. So your proposal is to just kind of expand that program throughout the whole year, right?
Well, yes, but the moot court that we have in the fall isn't ICC. And what we would want to do is in the spring implement an ICC court, so that way people would still kind of know the concept, but rather than doing regular cases that we always do about regular crimes that happen all around us, we would take it up a notch and go to international crimes and crimes against humanity, and doing ICC moot courts rather than just appeal moot courts.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Do you have any questions for us?
No, at the moment we don't have any questions.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Turn it down.
you want me to put this one on it?
Introduce yourselves. It's kind of like a group, and we're the tallest person you've done, and the guy down there. I'll be doing the picture conference. Yeah, six. Introduce yourselves and move on. And we're gonna unmute the phone.
Good morning. I'm Miguel Ramirez, and I will be presenting the first speech.
And my name is Ana Liter, and I will be representing the second speech.
Brenham, we have a problem. Just this past week, it was announced in a release of documents obtained by the Associated Press under the Freedom of Information Act that Bluebell Ice Cream, the nation's largest maker of ice cream, knew about the listeria at its plants since March 2013. Bluebell Creameries knew there was listeria in one of the company's plants as far back as March 2013, according to a government investigation. But the company didn't issue any recalls or shut down its production until after the products were linked to listeria illnesses this year, including 3 deaths in a hospital in Kansas. The Food and Drug Administration on Thursday, May 6, released results of its investigations into Bluebell's plants in Oklahoma, Texas, and Alabama after a Freedom of Information request by the Associated Press. The most extensive violations were found excuse me, in Oklahoma, where the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, listed 17 positive tests for listeria on equipment and around this plant there from March 2013 through February 2013. These are not just headlines from our newspapers. These are waistlines on our bodies. If you make a mistake in a news story, you can print a retraction. But if you put out products that kill people, what can you do? Well, this year alone, the following products have been recalled off the grocery store shelves in the United States. On April 30th, there was a complete recall of the Bluebell ice cream due to listeria. On April 20th, there was a partial recall of the Bluebell ice cream. And then after investigation, this led to the 30th complete recall. On April 8th, there was sour dipping flavored hummus because of 30,000 cases of listeria. On March 25th, there was Amy's Kitchen recall because of 74,000 cases of listeria from their organic pizza. On March 17th, there was a recall of Kraft macaroni and cheese because they found 242,000 boxes which had metal pieces inside them. On January 6, 2015, Bedard Bros of Bakersfield, California, recalled Granny Smith and Gala apples because environmental testing revealed contamination with listeria at the firm's apple packing facility. On January 2nd, 2015, Happy Apples, California, Snack Foods, and Mev's Candies each announced a recall of commercially produced prepackaged caramel apples. Listeria, salmonella. What else can happen? I'm glad you asked that question. With prices rising quicker than hemlines, food has become virtually impossible in a period of inflation. Hamburger meat used to be relatively inexpensive. Now, it could be found at $6 a pound to buy. Expense, safety, what else is there? Do you really want to know? Okay, there is GMO, genetically modified organisms. On April 27th, 2015, Chipotle Grill announced that the company Chain is now GMO free. To rid its menu of GMO ingredients, Chipotle said its suppliers planted non-GMO corn varieties for its tortillas. It also replaced soybean oil with sunflower oil to cook its chips and taco shells. And with rice bran oil and other recipes, the new oils are made from crops for which there are no genetically modified varieties available for commercial use, the company noted. With these 3 terrors of disease, cost, and GMOs floating around, you would think that many people would be worried about what they ate. Our problem is serious, so we took a high-tech approach to solving it. We contacted our partners in South America and came up with a solution uh, that would solve for people virtually everywhere. That is right, virtually everywhere, because we solve virtually. We bring a chef to your house virtually so he or she can instruct you in how to prepare your own food in new and exotic ways. Now you are in control. You know that nothing shows love more than great home cooking. Now, now bring the chefs of the world into your house. This time you will be in charge. You prepare and you pick out the ingredients instead of worrying about where your food comes from. Become part of the safe solution. For less than a fraction of the cost of a meal of a meal out, you can dine with virtual victuals. Now the difference is you are in charge of your life, your food, and your wallet. Virtual victuals from our world to your table with love. Thank you for your time.
I'll be giving the second speech. The solution is simple. You have to be in control of what you eat, when you eat, how you eat, and most importantly, who you eat with. When you allow businesses who are worried about their bottom line to help you worry about your bottom line, the problem becomes simple. Their bottom line wins out. Possibly what Bluebell spokesman said. Bluebell said in a statement that its facilities remain closed indefinitely as it cleans and sanitizes them. Of the report, company spokesman Joel Robertson said, when the test was conducted and there was a positive result of listeria, our standard procedure is to stop, clean, and sanitize, and then re-swab the area. When we get negative tests, we feel like we are good about operating again. Robertson said that the company takes safety seriously of Bluebell's procedures. He said, in hindsight, we can see now that wasn't always adequate. Violations in the Oklahoma plan include dirty equipment, inadequate food storage, food being held at improper temperatures, and employees not washing hands appropriately. According to the report, employees wore dirty shoes in the plant and soil. Forest wood pallets were used for ingredient storage and transportation. The FDA also said the company did not do enough testing for possible food contamination. There were also violations reported at the Texas and Alabama plants. In Alabama, FDA investigators observed at least 2 employees working close to the food while wearing dirty clothing. In Texas, investigators saw condensation dripping directly into food and onto surfaces that came directly in contact with food. In all of the plants, the FDA found moist, dirty equipment and building infrastructure and disrepair that made cleaning difficult. Bluebell said it is making upgrades to equipment and building design as part of its cleaning. The steroid generally only affects the elderly, people with compromised immune systems, and pregnant women and their newborn infants. It can cause fever, muscle aches, and gastrointestinal symptoms that can become fatal. It also can cause miscarriages, stillbirth, premature labor, and serious illnesses or death in newborn babies. The 3 deaths were in the same hospital in Kansas. All of those who died had already been hospitalized for other conditions. In addition to the 3 deaths, there were 7 other illnesses linked to the ice cream in Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma, and Arizona. The Sterobacteria are found in soil, water that can be tracked into a facility or carried by animals. Listeria can be very difficult to get rid of once it contaminates a processing facility, partly because it grows well in refrigeration. It is commonly found in processed meats, unpasteurized cheeses, and unpasteurized milk. There's a shorter way to stop this right here, right now. It is to prepare our own foods. When you prepare your own food, you're in charge of all the aspects of what you eat. You can control the portions, the quality, the selection of ingredients. In essence, you take control of your life again. With virtual victuals, you have the best of all worlds. You can receive recipes from around the world. The recipes will be shown to you by some of the top chefs in the world. You will be given what to buy, how to make it, and you will also be given a little ambience from the area of the world. This music will set your mood for the meal, like you set your table. It's our gift to you from our world to your table with love. Virtual victuals doesn't cost money. It's a small investment in your health and lifestyle. For the price of fast food meal, you can sit down and learn to make some of the best meals in the world. Now, instead of worrying about reservations for fancy dining, dine in and be the chef. Be the person in charge and be the person who will impress others. Virtual Victuals connects the world together. There is something that we all do, it's eat. We can do something that will change our lives, something that is simple, something that is healthy, and something that can add years to our life. Vote for Virtual Victuals is a project that will save your life, your health, and your wallet. Thank you for your time. And now we'll present the PowerPoint.
Virtual victuals, virtual fine dining, bringing the world to your dining room table.
Virtual Victuals from our world to your table with love.
World-class schools, from our chiefs chefs to your table with love. Food for thought. Virtual victuals.
Virtual Victuals, home cooked, home delivered, home ambience.
It's like having your own personal chef at home.
From the hearts of the Americas to your home.
Order from us. You will get exotic recipes, exotic recipe videos from the chef, music from the area. And you set the table, and we will set your mind. Food.
We hope you prepare the food atmosphere you provide for love. What do you get? Recipe and instructions from the best chefs in the world. A video downloaded with music and information about the area where the dish is from.
We help you set yourself up for success.
Exotic cuisine at your fingertips.
No need for more babysitters.
No more need to worry about reservations.
No need to worry about the time.
No need to worry about the ingredients.
No need to worry about if you are going to impress someone special.
No need to worry about the money.
For your next dinner, do not dine out. Dine in for a change.
Let our international chefs help you. This is simply home cooking with expert help.
From our world to your table. Virtual victuals.
Virtual Victuals from our world to your table with love. Is there any questions?
Yes, I've got one. How does having a virtual chef guarantee that you don't have food safety issues? Because some of the natural products that the chef might be using still might be contaminated.
Well, you can assure yourself of, you can clean these produce items yourself. So you can protect yourself from potential bacteria and diseases that are on them. Now, we can't be for sure, of course, that there wouldn't be any diseases located inside the actual food, but a person who has experience cooking can tell when something has gone bad or if it has any defects. So, and this is more the ability of oneself to be able to cook for themselves.
And the ingredients just by the chef, you can find them. You can find them in your grocery store, or you can even grow them in your backyard. And you can make sure that they're organic food, so it won't have much chemicals as the other processed food in the supermarket.
Did you get most of your statistics from the Home Food Foundation? Or your other sources? The information.
Well, we got the information from the news, because of the bluebell ice cream crisis that happened, we got the information from there, and the other one we got it from the FDA website to make sure how many cases that were similar to the bluebell one had happened.
Thank you. Do you have any questions for us?
Not at the moment.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Yes. This lunch.
So whenever y'all ready, y'all can step over there and introduce yourselves. And we do that first, and then whoever's the first speaker can go, second speaker can go. Or... Y'all have actual speeches or just a PowerPoint?
We have PowerPoint and
Okay, so then y'all can introduce yourselves and do the speeches first. It's currently on mute right now, so when you're ready to go, just go ahead and put it on that way. And I'll be controlling the PowerPoint.
it's just introduce.
Introduce yourselves, all the Martin or after
Wait,
Martin.
so do you want me to introduce all of y'all or y'all just we could do it? Hello, my name is Jasmine Junez, and these are my partners. Hi, I'm Cheyenne Hernandez.
And I am Marcus Floyd.
And Cheyenne will start us off. I will start off with the first problematic speech.
Ano Aseo. That means hello in Korea. Today we are here to discuss how students can learn about several other cultures, where in other cases we are learning about the Korean culture. While learning this, we've noticed that people in the United States don't know much about other cultures outside of the US, and that's a problem because kids in our generation are growing to be uneducated human beings. We ask of you, the judges, to understand, comprehend, acknowledge this problem that's taking over this generation's mind. We believe that students, even being in foreign language classes for over 3 years, don't learn what they are expected to learn. I myself have watched over 50 Korean dramas, and I've learned a lot, not only about their language, but their culture as well. We've been in contact with the school in South Korea and learning about the Korean culture since October of 2014. Ever since October of 2014, our meetings have been precise at least once a month. Most of the US is filled with people all around the world. I believe it's time that the people from the US get out of their shell and start exploring the outside world. In summary of why we're here today is to make this problem known to the world. The problem of the students, teens, or better yet, our future leaders, knowing nothing that's going on outside of their own world. We refuse to have our future doctors, policemen, lawyers be oblivious to the outside world. Thanks to Haesung International Convention High School and Mr. Cunningham, we are able to learn and be informed about South Korea. This made a difference in me in so many ways. I feel confident to talk to people who are not from America, which is good because that's going to help me in my future. This has made a difference in my school by allowing students and giving them the chance to talk to people outside of the US. And I believe that will go good in future job applications. Thank you. Is there any questions or concerns? Well, here's Jasmine with the second speech.
Okay, like I said before, my name is Jasmine, and I am gonna begin with the solution speech. 안녕하세요. Like we discussed in our previous speech, the problem here is that students are not getting the knowledge of knowing cultures, languages, and places outside of the U.S. These students are growing to be ignorant in that area of acknowledgement. We started this project by setting up a date with a high school located in Seoul, South Korea. We invite as many people as we can, and once the day is here, we have meetings virtually for over an hour, exchanging information, scandals, TV shows, and much more. And once we're done with the meeting, we set up the next date for the following month. I know that I can pronounce Korean words perfectly. I know that once I go to Korea, I have friends that can help me find my way. I know where I can find good food, restaurants. I know that it's better to ride the bus than to ride a car because it gets packed. All of this is useful to me because when I go to Korea, even when I'm a thousand of miles away from home, I know that Korea is going to feel just like home. I have learned this and so much about their culture, food, music, fashion. There is no limit of what one can learn with these monthly virtual meetings. These meetings have impacted us by what they have to tell us. Did you know that for them, it's easier to get into Yale or Harvard than it is to get into their highest college in Seoul? And that in their 4 years of high school, only 2 or 1 students drop out. Now compare that to American high schools. Impressive, right? I believe that if at least this school follows their steps, that we will have the same outcome. And sooner than later, other schools are going to start following our steps. And before we know it, we will have a whole generation filled with good leaders, kind of like the domino effect, but without the communist part. In summary of what I'm saying is that if other schools have virtually meetings with people all around the world, they will be impacted and impressed with what they have to say. And I'm pretty sure that they will be just as impressed and awed by what we students in America have to say. Thanks to Hassan International Convention High School and Mr. Cunningham, we are able to learn and be informed about Seoul, South Korea. This has made a difference in me so many ways. I feel confident to talk to people who are not from America, which is good because that's going to help me in my future jobs. This has made a difference in my school by allowing students, giving them a chance to talk to people outside of the U.S., and I believe that will go good in school job applications. Thank you for hearing us out. And now we will present the little PowerPoint that we did.
Our PowerPoint is over. Our PowerPoint is over the Korean culture in which we have said before.
Okay, 안녕하세요, which we said before, it means hello in Korean. And it's written in Hangul, which is the Korean way of writing. Korea, world-class schools.
Okay. It has been since ancient times that the Korean people have maintained a belief that food and medicine have the same origin and hence perform the same function. Following the adage that food is the best medicine, they believe that health and illness alike come from the food they consume and how they eat it. And this idea has played a crucial role in the development of traditional Korean medicine, whose basic principle is that we should use medicine only after food has failed. those are some of the various dishes that Korea has.
And I have actually been to a Korean barbecue restaurant. Actually, me and my friend Cheyenne went together. And on the top row, the second one, that would be kimchi, which is cabbage, but it's like pickled, so it's kind of soury. And it's actually pretty good though. I recommend you guys, if there's any Korean barbecues in Dallas, y'all should go. It's really good.
Again, those are some of the various street foods that Korea has.
Okay. For the culture of fashion, it's it's kind of weird, but the traditional Korean clothing has its roots extending back at least as far as the Three Kingdoms period, as evidenced by wall paintings and tombs dating by this period. The Korean handbook represents one of the most visible aspects of Korean culture. The top part, called a jeojori, is blows. It's like a blouse like with long sleeves, with the men's version being longer, stretching down to the waist. Women wear skirts, which is chima, while men wear baggy pants, which is pronounced hagi. Commoners wore white except during festivals and special occasions, such as weddings. Um, Clothes for the upper classes were made of bright colors and indicated the wearer's social status. And those are a couple of women wears back in the old days. And those are men.
Korean job.
Folk dances. In contrast to court dances, folk dances express the emotion of people in ordinary life. There is a lack of constant and reveals freedom of improvisation, where folk music and relatively fast tempo beat accompany each dance. Folk dance styles are intermingled with the Buddhist and shaman forms, rites, and rituals from both practices.
Popular folk dances include the farmer's dance, Kanganang Sole Songnam, monk, which is the monk dance, Butchum fan dance, Sopri uh, Chag- Chagochum, hourglass drum dance, and Ogumu five drum dance. And the following are gonna be dances, which because over there, like here in America, we have different kinds of dances. They have the same over there. So the following pages are gonna be of their dances. Um, I don't know if you guys want me to explain. No. Okay. There's the farmer's dance, which that's a picture of how it looks like. Oh, we actually had a link to show them. Okay. And we have a little video we got from YouTube of how it looks.
We can't show you.
Oh. Okay. Oh, they recently blocked their YouTube, so we can't show you. We're so very sorry. Okay. And there's the Kangam Soul Soe. The mock dance, which I said in the, yeah. The fan dance. And the South Booty. The hourglass drum dance. And the five drum dance. And for the cultural music, as global cultural outlook emerged in Korea over the last 50 years, attention shifted away from traditional musical forms and toward a more Western oriented sound. A long history of formal court and aristocratic music traditions have largely fallen away from the public interest. Compounding this dilemma is that many Korean folk styles are tied to ceremonies that are no longer relevant or practiced. Despite this, the 1980s and the 1990s witnessed a growing interest in Korean folk music, mainly in South Korea, and the government has done its part to encourage and increase awareness in folk music. In addition, immigrant communities in places like the United States have helped to keep fading traditions alive. And those are three of the folk music styles, which is Pansori and Sango, Nangak and Sam, Samunori, and Minyo, which is folk song. How do we know? Well, thanks to the monthly video conferences, conferences with Hasung International Convention High School in South Korea, we are well informed over crucial components of the Korean culture, such as the cultural food, cultural fashion, folk dances, and folk music styles. And those are some of the pictures of our meetings. To the right, bottom right, you see me and Marcus having the meeting with the school. The school is an all-girls school, so you can see they're all girls.
Okay. Jeonju Gyeongwol Daebaram Fire Festival. Just like most cultures, there are yearly festivals that are very big in tradition. In March, there is a popular festival called the Fire Festival, which is a beautiful light show. Depending on the lunar eclipse, is what day it will be held on to show prosperity and hope of a new year. And there's a picture of it being held.
And that concludes our PowerPoint, but I would also like to show you this calendar that they sent us. Can you see it? Yeah, this calendar they sent us. It has pictures of us as well as other schools they talked to. So this is a little calendar, neat thing. They gave me one. I have it at home. It's pretty special. I actually like it. Just to let you know what they gave us. Sorry. Okay, and do you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns?
I have a question. I really enjoyed your presentation and all the pictures of the culture, just the cultural differences, including the way that they dress and dance and the food, and y'all were making me hungry so early. But what I had questions about was to ask Mr. Cunningham exactly the steps that he went through in order to get that implemented at your school, and any barriers that he came up to, or anything specific that he had to do to get it implemented in Del Valley, and then use that in your presentation to show how you could then use it and how it could be implemented at another school. I think that would be really helpful for us to understand what needs to be done in order for this to.
Anything else you guys want to?
For the KD meetings that you had and stuff, they were conducted in English.
Yes, they were. The meetings being held in English.
Oh yeah, they.
English translator.
Yeah.
There's English, yeah, in the when we would meet the all girls school, there would be an English translator also with them. So that's how we would, that's how we would communicate with both of them.
But other than that, their English is really good. So there's not much of a language barrier.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, back in the old days, that's how you communicated with someone overseas. You know about it.
Yeah, and today technology is very high up, so it's similar.
Great, do you have any questions for us?
No.
Well, did you guys like our presentation?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. All right. Well, then, thank you.
Last one, guys, let's go.